Discover how your choice with dividends today, whether you reinvest them or take the cash, could dramatically change your wealth and passive income years from now. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down dividend investing for everyday investors. Today's topic is one of the most important decisions you'll make on your investing journey. Should you reinvest your dividends or take the payouts as cash? The answer isn't just about numbers. It's about your goals, your timeline, and how you want to build your wealth. Before we dive in, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm here to provide information and examples to help you make your own decisions. Always do your own research and consult with a professional if you're unsure. Why does this decision matter so much? Because how you handle your dividends can shape your financial future. It affects how quickly your investments grow, the amount of passive income you generate, and even your flexibility during retirement. Understanding the impact of reinvesting versus taking payouts is essential for anyone serious about building long-term wealth. Let's start by breaking down what dividends are and some key terms you'll hear along the way. A dividend is a payment some companies make to their shareholders, usually from their profits. Think of it as a reward for owning part of the company. Not all companies pay dividends, but many established businesses do. The dividend yield is the percentage of a company's share price that it pays out in dividends each year. For example, if a stock is $100 and pays $3 per year in dividends, the yield is 3%. This helps you compare how much income different dividend stocks can provide. Another term you'll hear is payout ratio. This is the portion of a company's earnings that it pays out as dividends. If a company earns $1 per share and pays out 60 cents, its payout ratio is 60%. A lower payout ratio can mean the company is keeping more cash to invest in growth, while a higher ratio means it's returning more to shareholders. Finally, diversification is about spreading your investments across different companies, industries, or even countries. This helps reduce risk, so a problem with one investment doesn't ruin your whole portfolio. Now, let's look at the two main options you have with your dividends: reinvesting them or taking them as cash payouts. First, reinvesting dividends. When you reinvest, you use the dividends you receive to buy more shares of the same stock, or sometimes other investments. Over time, this can supercharge your portfolio through something called compounding. Let's use a simple example. Imagine you own 100 shares of a company that pays $1 per share in dividends each year. That's $100 in dividends. If you take the cash, you have $100 to spend however you want. But if you reinvest, you use that $100 to buy more shares. Next year, you'll own more than 100 shares, so you'll get even more in dividends. This cycle repeats, allowing your wealth to grow faster. To see the power of this, let's look at a longer-term scenario. Suppose you invest $10,000 in a stock with a 4% dividend yield, and the stock's price grows by 5% per year on average. If you take the dividends as cash, you'll receive $400 in the first year, and a similar amount each year, depending on the stock's performance. But if you reinvest those dividends, after 20 years, your investment would grow to over $33,000, thanks to compounding. Your annual dividend payout would also be much higher, over $1,300 per year, instead of just $400. This is the magic of reinvesting and compounding working together. On the other hand, there are times when taking the cash payout makes sense. Some investors rely on dividend payments for passive income, maybe to help pay the bills in retirement or to fund a specific goal. If your priority is steady cash flow, taking dividends as payouts can provide reliable income without having to sell your shares. Let's look at an example. Imagine you're retired and you've built a portfolio of $500,000 in dividend stocks with an average yield of 3%. That's $15,000 per year in dividends, or about $1,250 per month. By taking payouts, you can use this income for your living expenses while still keeping your original investment intact. There's no right or wrong answer here. It depends on your stage of life and your financial goals. Now, you might be wondering, are there risks with either approach? With reinvesting, one risk is that you're buying more shares of the same companies, which can increase your exposure if those companies run into trouble. That's where diversification comes in. By spreading your investments across multiple dividend-paying stocks or using dividend-focused funds, you can reduce the risk from any single company. With payouts, the main risk is missing out on the benefits of compounding, especially if you don't need the cash right now. Your investment growth could be slower over time compared to reinvesting. However, having cash on hand can provide flexibility and peace of mind, especially during market downturns. Let's talk about taxes for a moment. Dividends may be taxed differently depending on where you live and the type of account you use. In some cases, reinvesting doesn't avoid taxes. You may owe taxes on dividends even if you don't take the cash. But in retirement accounts like IRAs or 401ks in the US, you can often reinvest without immediate tax consequences. It's important to understand your own tax situation. Now, let's answer a common question. Can you change your mind? The good news is yes. Most brokers let you switch between reinvesting dividends and taking payouts. You can start by reinvesting when you're younger, then switch to taking payouts when you need income later on. Some investors even use a mix of both strategies. For example, you might reinvest dividends from growth-focused stocks while taking payouts from more stable, high-yield stocks. This approach can help balance long-term growth with current income. To recap, reinvesting dividends harnesses the power of compounding, boosting your long-term growth and increasing your passive income over time. It's a great strategy for building wealth, especially when you don't need the cash right away. Taking payouts, on the other hand, provides steady income you can use now. This can be ideal if you're retired, or if you have specific expenses you want to cover with your investments. The key is to match your dividend strategy with your goals, your timeline, and your risk tolerance. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but understanding the impact of each choice can help you make smarter decisions for your future. If you found this breakdown helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us keep creating clear, educational content for dividend investors like you. If you have questions about dividend strategies, or if you'd like to share your own approach, leave a comment below. I read everyone. Remember, this video is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making investment decisions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.